It's hard being a smoker. I've heard all the lectures.
You know, you shouldn't smoke.
I know all the signs. I've seen all the faces. I know the money it costs me. But that doesn't change the fact that it's hard to quit.
The Wisconsin Tobacco Quit Line. No judgments, just free help and medications. Call the Wisconsin Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Like visions of sugar plums, find fishing poles, tip-ups, lures, and all of the gear the anglers on your list have ever dreamed of. Oh, what fun are the unique gifts and decor items you can find in town. And without a doubt, everything imaginable for dashing through the snow can be found here. Happy holidays from all of us in St. Germain. Thank you for shopping local.
Straight ahead, a cold and windy stretch ahead. We'll hear how the governor is looking to streamline energy delivery. Plus, the race is on to prevent a government shutdown. We'll look at the progress on the end-of-year spending bill and spreading Christmas cheer in the Northwoods. We'll have the details on that as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan and Conrad Sapinski.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan and I'm joined by meteorologist Conrad Sapinski. Yes. Conrad, it's been a cold morning and afternoon for us.
Yes, very cold and snowy morning, Dan, but now let's talk about the winds. That's really going to be the main story right now. Winds are going to start picking up. Temperatures are going to be well below zero. That combination, and no bueno. Taking a look outside right now, we have some winter storm warnings in the area until around 6 a.m. on Saturday. Even some blizzard warnings in some counties here in our state. Same thing in Minnesota and in Michigan, as all these winds will be howling and really blowing all this light and fluffy snow around. Most of that heavier snowfall is just to the east, but we'll still have some flurries and snow showers tonight, lingering into Friday, and then same thing into the first half of the day on Saturday. Take a look at this low. It's finally starting to really intensify, and it is going to significantly intensify as it crosses Michigan overnight tonight and then into the morning hours tomorrow. Visibility is not looking too bad now, but get ready for tomorrow. That's going to be changing as that snow is going to be blowing around and significantly reducing visibility close to 1 mile or even less in some locations. Temperatures are hovering at around 6 degrees below zero. Tonight, though, temperatures will continue to cool off, but that wind chill, it's going to be much colder than that. Dan?
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers is declaring an energy emergency in the state due to deliveries of fuel being limited by the winter storm. The governor's office says the dangerously cold temperatures and blizzard conditions in parts of the state have and will continue to make deliveries of liquid fuel for home heating by rail, truck, and barge difficult. The state is also bracing for possible power outages due to strong winds that could leave people without heat as temperatures drop below zero. The governor's order helps streamline energy delivery in the state. A tanker overturned last night on Highway 2 west of Hurley. Here's pictures of the scene from the Ashland Fire Department. Very little fuel was spilled by the tanker, and a private contractor pumped the fuel from the overturned vehicle. The accident happened around 5 p.m. in Saxon. Congress is one step closer to averting a government shutdown. Today, the Senate voted to pass a $1.7 trillion government spending bill. The legislation would fund operations across federal agencies, as well as provide natural disaster relief and emergency aid for Ukraine. The bill now heads to the House for a vote. Lawmakers are hoping the House will pass it soon, and the president will sign it before government funding expires tomorrow. More than $250 million will go to Wisconsin projects as part of that new spending bill. The city of Wausau, Park Falls, and Rib Mountain will be receiving over $1.6 million each for water treatment and the removal of PFAS. In statewide spending, the Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development is getting $5 million to create innovative jobs in education and increase affordable access to child care. Wisconsin DHS is getting $3 million in funding to support Wisconsin's implementation of the 988 Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and the Wisconsin Technology Council will be receiving $100,000 to expand entrepreneurial opportunities across the state. The number of hate crimes reported in Wisconsin grew by 54% in 2021, and the actual number is probably higher. The increase comes despite a significant drop in law enforcement agencies reporting hate crime data. There were 111 hate crimes in Wisconsin last year, according to the FBI. The offenses included minor and aggravated assaults, vandalism, and intimidation. Around 30% of the crimes were listed by the FBI as anti-black. Around 15% were identified as anti-white. Around 12% were listed as anti-LGBTQ. Wisconsin now has federal approval for their plan to prevent children being taken from their homes. Wisconsin's Title IV prevention program will work to connect families to support systems and reduce the percentage of children in out-of-home care. Research has shown that supporting children and families living together improves outcomes for everyone. Wisconsin has already shown results in preventing children being taken from their families. In Wisconsin, 4.5 fewer children were removed from their homes per day in 2021 compared to 2017. The nation's life expectancy has fallen for the second straight year. According to the CDC, the average lifespan for a person is now 76.4 years. That's down to a low not seen since 1996. Researchers say heart disease was the top cause of death in 2021, followed by cancer and COVID-19. Also in the top 10, drug overdoses, stroke, and unintentional injuries. On average, the life expectancy for women is roughly 6 years longer than it is for men. A group of families in northern Wisconsin are continuing on a holiday tradition of handing out gifts to families who regularly wouldn't be able to receive them. Newswatch 12's Kyle Pazorski joins us now to share how. Kyle?
For 17 years now, Operation Santa has been bringing joy to area families. The organizers say that it's, quote, a magical effort to help deliver in a package the love and kindness they wish to share throughout the community.
My children and I at the holiday table came up with this. The kids were talking about the kids that maybe didn't get the things that they wanted. So this really did happen and come about with a conversation with children.
A group of more than 75 families in northern Wisconsin are giving a helping hand to others this Christmas by providing gifts which they would regularly not be able to receive. It's called Operation Santa.
Recognizing working families that maybe need a hand up during the holidays.
Pam Carroll, who leads the group of elves, says that it's all about bringing holiday cheer, especially when times are tough.
There's a lot of people out there, especially with inflation going as high as it's been, that they're choosing to eat or heat their homes, and they're working and trying to make ends meet.
The year-round effort brings clubs, organizations, businesses, and of course families together to collect donations, reach out to those receiving, and then deliver the presents.
We get lists from their family needs, whatever the kids may want, and we have had it all from a basketball to a Lamborghini on lists. We try to keep it to a want, a need, a read, and a wear.
And while they can't always bring sports cars, there's one gift they can always deliver upon.
You need a little kindness.
The operation would not be possible without dedicated families, along with the many businesses and organizations which fundraise for the group. Information for contacting Operation Santa can be found on their website.
Thanks, Kyle. 400 Northwoods band members will soon be performing in the Rose Parade, and that includes a clarinetist from half a world away. That's After Weather with Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
This December, play at the Mole Lake Casino and Lodge during the 23 days of Christmas. Redeem 25 same-day points at one of our kiosks and pick a gift for the Mole Lake Christmas tree. Only at the Mole Lake Casino and Lodge.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer. Now choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select Ford vehicles, lock in your rate, and you're protected.
I'm proud of you, kid.
And that's how Ford is helping you shine bright. This season, get into a 2022 Explorer SUV with 2.9% financing for 60 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
Enjoy the beauty of the season at Trader's. Find an outfit for the party. Get inspired by our unique trees and old world Christmas ornaments.
Set the scene for entertaining and celebrate. Happy holidays!
Glider wrecked my back. That's why we're going to Tomahawk Furniture and Gun. Mattress season? That would help my back. With mattresses as low as $139. Come on in, because everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun.
Brighten up your home right now at Menards. Come check out our wide variety of Hunter lighting options available in the store and online. From vanity lights to freestanding lamps, we have the right light to match your personal style. Design your unique look with Hunter mix and match lamps and shades. Choose from hundreds of Hunter lighting combinations now at Menards. Plus, get a Menards gift card, the perfect gift this season.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Celebrate and play at the Mole Casino and Lodge. Win cash during New Year's Eve drawings December 30th and 31st. Redeem 25 same-day points per entry. Entertainment each evening starting at 8 p.m. Only at the Mole Casino and Lodge.
And welcome back, everyone. Behind me is a shot I took a couple of days ago. Look how beautiful it looks. All that snow all on those branches and trees, pretty much on everything we could think of. It looks absolutely beautiful, like a white winter wonderland outside right now. You kids, your dreams are coming true. It is going to be a white Christmas, of course. 93% of the time, usually on average, we have a white Christmas, and this year, once again, is going to be a thing. We did have some snow overnight into the day today, but now a couple of flurries and lighter snow showers are lingering in the area. That's going to continue into Friday and once again into the first half of the day on Saturday as this low continues to track north and east. The heaviest precipitation is definitely going to be in Michigan and, of course, in Canada. Right now, this low is starting to develop. Chicago's getting in on some steadier snowfall at the moment. Winds are also starting to pick up, so it's really going to be blowing things around. But take a look all across America. Look at all these watches, warnings, advisories. I have never seen so many advisories in my life at one time. It is looking like a Christmas tree outside. This is no joke, folks. There's lots of cold air, even all the way to Texas, where there's single digits. Yeah, single digits all the way into Texas as regular temperatures. Feels like temperatures even below zero. Winter storm warnings are still posted here in our region until around the morning hours on Saturday. That's going to be because we have still some snow showers lingering throughout the day on Friday into Saturday. But the main thing is that wind that's really going to blow things around, significantly reducing visibility. And we are expecting some power outages with all those way down trees. So we're looking at around maybe 1 inch to 2 inches of snowfall still left into our area. And of course, a lot more the more north you go. The UP is going to get hit pretty hard with close to 1 foot of snow of an additional, which is possible. That's going to be because of all those winds that are going to be blowing in on the back end and really cranking things up. That lake effect snow machine will be in full effect. And we're going to get hit with a couple of snow showers. That's why we're looking at around maybe 1 inch to 2 inches more of snowfall all throughout the area. And of course, a lot more the more north you go. And then in the UP, a lot more. Visibilities right now not looking too bad, around 10 miles and 10-mile visibility here in town. Tomorrow, though, it's going to be a whole 180. Those winds are going to be blowing that snow around. This was a very light and fluffy snowfall, so things are going to change. Just because it's not snowing from the sky doesn't mean it's not going to be treacherous to travel tomorrow, and that's going to be the case. Those winds are really going to be howling. We'll have some wind gusts close to 45 miles an hour. Right now, though, winds are starting to pick up at the moment. We have winds at around 13 miles an hour here in town, gusting close to 20 to 25. So it has begun, and this is just the start. Take a look at these wind gusts by tomorrow. Close to 40 to 45 miles an hour all across the state, even 50 to 55 by the coast. So it is going to be brutal and cold. Bundle up, make sure you are layered up if you have any family or friends visiting, and make sure they are staying warm, as these temperatures will be continuing to move in from Canada. All this cold air sinking down even into Texas. So it is a very sharp cold front that's bringing very cold temperatures, and that's going to be sticking around with us 6 below zero right now here in Rhinelander. And of course, wind chill a lot colder, close to 25 degrees below zero at the moment. And this is before all of those strong winds even arrive. Our 7-day outlook, brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, does show a nice looking Christmas. It's going to be a cold one, though. Temperatures will be in the single digits. The rest of the week will get warmer. Look at next week, close to 20s and even some 30s by end of next week. Dan?
More than 100 million people across the U.S. are under winter weather and wind chill alerts. Some cities are seeing record low temperatures, like Conrad said. Ivan Rodriguez has more on how to stay safe and how to stay warm.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful and will be getting even worse over the next few days. So it's imperative that you are prepared to battle the cold. With the National Weather Service warning of life-threatening wind chill in some parts of the country, the #1 thing you can do to stay safe is stay inside.
We really tell people to limit their exposure outside.
Kelly Sear, a warning coordination meteorologist with the Weather Service, says frostbite can happen even faster than you think in negative temperatures.
Combined with the strong winds, that really creates this hazardous conditions to humans. Then it's just a matter of minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and your skin can start freezing.
Also, don't get on the roads unless you have to.
Make sure you have an emergency kit in your vehicle, and that emergency kit is you're going to keep things that are going to keep you warm in the event that you do get stranded or your vehicle stalls. So you want to make sure you have the hat, the mittens, the gloves, your warm winter coat, blankets, some extra food. Make sure your cell phone is with you, an extra external battery charger for your cell phone so that you can call for help.
And take the proper precautions indoors too. Dress warmly, keep your pets inside, let your water taps drip slightly to prevent freezing pipes. If the power goes out, don't leave candles unattended, and never use generators, grills, or camp stoves indoors or near windows. For today's Health Minute, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Researchers say they're developing a universal flu vaccine. It comes as this year's flu season hit harder and earlier than usual. A universal vaccine is designed to protect against all strains of the flu virus. Current vaccines protect against 4 strains, and the composition changes each year based on predictions about which strains are most likely to make more people sick. But there are 20 known influenza strains, and researchers say they've successfully immunized certain animals against all of them. Researchers say the vaccine needs further testing, but they hope to have it up to human standards by next year. Soon, members of the Northwoods Marching Band will be boarding their flights west to Pasadena for the Rose Parade. But for one student, this is just another trip following her journey overseas. Marina Cabrera Rojas plays clarinet for D.C. Everest High School. She's from Cadiz, a port city in southern Spain near the Strait of Gibraltar. When she first arrived 4 months ago, she was told the band's future trip to California.
They just told me all at once, so like, you're going to Wisconsin and then you're going to California during New Year, and you're joining a band, and you're like so many things at the same time.
For Marina, she says the biggest challenge was learning how to play with others. In Spain, she never had a school band and only had private lessons.
It's just amazing how like teenagers are so organized, and it's such a big thing, and like it's turning out so good, I think.
Marina says that she has been playing the clarinet since 6th grade, and soon she will be performing at one of America's biggest stages. Marina says she is looking forward to seeing a new part of the country and visit Disneyland. The new Wisconsin football coach has been busy recruiting the next class of talent. Coming up, Serenity Douglas will break down Badgers signing day and more.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for Granite Stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite Stone will be the last pan you'll ever need because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction. Then coated 3 times with our durable Granite Stone finish. Granite Stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared just like the pros. And because Granite Stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-898-6703. That's 1-800-898-6703 or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1-800-898-6703. Call now.
Yesterday was a busy day for the Wisconsin Badgers. It was early signing day. Signing day is a very important time of the year for the 2023 prospects from across the country to make things official by putting the pen to paper. They signed 14 future Badgers and a quarterback from the transfer portal. Speaking of quarterbacks, former Badgers quarterback Graham Mertz signed to the Florida Gators, and this was an especially exciting time for the new head coach, Luke Fickell, to put this stamp on his roster this year. He spoke about his recruiting methods.
We'll hone in a little bit more on that 350-mile radius and then the areas which we feel like we're going to know people the best, so we can, figure out the best things that we got to offer and the guys that we're going to be able to recruit.
Coach Fickell went on to speak about bringing guys from his previous school, Cincinnati.
We got to make sure we know what fits to what is that we want to do. We know their skill sets as far as a football player, but we also got to be, really intelligent and wise and to say, hey, let's put guys into situations where they can be successful.
Speaking of Badgers, the men's basketball game against Grambling tomorrow has been canceled. More after the break.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Celebrate home for the holidays at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 30% off appliances like this Bosch dishwasher, now only $549. Plus special financing for 5 years, no money down. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Your personal information gets exposed so often, it might as well be hanging in a museum. Everyday activities like online shopping, banking, and even data breaches may expose your information and make it dangerously easy to have your identity stolen. No wonder there's a new victim every 3 seconds.
Someone stole my information and tried to buy a car in my name. Felt really devastating, frightened, because I had no control.
And the ways identity thieves can steal and use your information are constantly evolving.
Someone used my information to open up bank accounts in my name. It was terrifying, not knowing what was out there and what had been opened.
Watching your accounts or monitoring your credit may not be enough, but protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock, a leader in identity theft protection. LifeLock monitors threats to your identity, and if an issue is detected, sends you an alert.
It was a big yes or a big no button. I clicked that's not me, and LifeLock took it from there.
If you are a victim of identity theft, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it.
If something happens, you have somebody fighting for you. I don't know what I would have done without my restoration specialist.
And you'll be covered by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds, personal expenses, and coverage for lawyers and experts if needed.
With the $1 Million Protection Package, I know LifeLock has me covered.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity, but now it's easy to help protect yourself.
I realized identity theft can happen to anybody, so that's why I signed up for LifeLock.
Join the millions of people already protected by LifeLock, and for a limited time, save 25% with promo code 25TV. LifeLock. Identity theft protection starts here.
Call 1-800-951-7218.
Or go to lifelock.com/25TV and use promo code 25TV to save 25% on your first year of identity theft protection. Enroll now.
Celebrate home for the holidays at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 30% off appliances like this Bosch dishwasher, now only $549. Plus special financing for 5 years, no money down. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
You know, Conrad, a lot of people think Thanksgiving is like the ultimate holiday for food, but I honestly think it's Christmas. At least
think so too.
My family is that way. I think it really depends on kind of your background, but we have a lot of food traditions, and I have a lot of favorite Christmas foods. And this might take a while, people, so buckle up, get your popcorn ready, or even get your lefse ready, because that's what we do every single year. A lot of my family comes from Norway originally, so we make lefse every single year. Do you know what lefse is?
Sounds familiar. Is it like lentil soup or no?
It's kind of like a potato tortilla almost.
Okay.
You take this potato, you rice it up, you flatten it, and you basically cook it, and then you can add sweets afterwards.
You know what borscht is?
No, I don't.
It's borscht. So in Polish tradition, we have borscht, which is this red soup. It's kind of like this pierogies kind of you add into it. It's very interesting. It's very good, too.
It's a red soup?
Red soup, yes.
What's the base of
I got to
it?
show you a picture one day. It's very interesting. But yeah, we also have fish, a lot of fish.
Okay.
Very popular to eat fish. I don't know if that's popular with you guys.
So our main dish is Swedish meatballs. We have mashed potatoes and meatballs with gravy. Are there any desserts that come to mind for Christmas?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. We try and eat healthy, so.
Oh, wow. That's not my family at all.
Really?
My family, we go all out for desserts. And our favorite dessert, at least my favorite dessert, are called Buckeyes. And it's basically a ball of peanut butter and Rice Krispies.
Oh my God.
And then you dip it in chocolate. It's absolutely decadent. It's amazing.
That just sounds phenomenal. I'm getting hungry already.
And it'll be a good weekend for some hot chocolate, right?
Yes.
The temperatures are just going to get colder.
Absolutely. Perfect timing for some hot cocoa sitting by the fire inside the house, enjoying your time with your family. Because we're pretty much snowed in outside. We had around 6 inches of snow overnight and then into the day today. Now some lingering flurries and lighter snow showers. That's going to continue tomorrow, and then same thing into the first half of the day on Saturday. Most of the precipitation, most of that snow that fell was already fallen, and that's going to continue to move out of the area as this low continues to strengthen. But we're not done yet, not even close. Now it's the wind's turn. The winds are really going to start to ramp up in the next couple of hours, especially by tomorrow, and then throughout the day on Saturday. So Christmas Eve, it's going to be a very cold one, not only with the actual temperature, but that feels like temperature will be at around 25 degrees below zero. We do still have some winter storm warnings in the area, and that's because of the wind, the cold, and some snow that's lingering in the area. 6 below is that temperature right now, our feels like temperature, close to 25 degrees below zero. And why? That's because we have some wind, folks. Wind combined with those cold temperatures, that's creating a very cold feels like temperature, and that's going to continue the next couple of days. Our 7-day outlook does show some improvement, though. By middle to end of next week, we'll see temperatures in